Take It or Leave It by The Strokes is played in standard tuning and without a capo. The song starts off with this little descending octave riff. We've got 9th fret on the G, 12th fret on the high E, and we're kind of muting the D string with the tip of the first finger, and the flat of the first finger is also muting the B string. So we play 9 and 12, and this is for 2 beats. Move down 1 fret to 8 and 11, then down 1 more fret, 7 and 10, and then finally down to 5 and 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is played on repeat. The main riff in the song starts off on the 9th fret on the G, and we'll play 12 on the G twice. Then we'll play 9 on the G again, and 10 on the G twice. And that just repeats. The chords behind the riff are a C5 power chord, a B flat power chord, and then a B flat over D inversion. So for the C5 power chord, we've got 3 on the A, 5 on the D, 5 on the G, and we're going to strum down in 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... We'll move down 2 frets to a B flat power chord, 1, 3 and 3, same rhythm here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Then we go to our B flat inversion, so it's 3rd finger, 5th fret of the A, and then a bar across the 3rd fret of the D and G. And we strum down on there for 2 bars in 8th notes. So C5, B flat, and then the B flat inversion for 2 bars. And that's played on repeat. We then got a 4-bar pre-chorus where we've got this little riff. We've got a little slide from 5 to 7 on the A string. Then we're going to grab 5 on the D, G and B with an up strum, 7 on the A again, and then the up strum on the chord part again. We'll then go to this B flat shape. We've got 8th fret on the D, 7 on the G, 6 on the B. We're going to play 8 on the D, down and up on the 7 and 6, before we play 8 again on the G, and then an up pick on the 7 and 6. So it'll be 1, 2 and 3, 4 and... Okay, so the slide in from 5 to 7. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and... We're then going to move to kind of like a D minor shape. We're only going to use these 3 fingers though. 7 on the D, 7 on the G, 6 on the B. We're going to play the D string twice. 1, 2, and that little up pick on the 7 and the 6 on the G and B strings there. Then D, and the up pick again. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, and then we'll play pretty much the same thing again, but we're going to go to pretty much a full D minor chord this time. And we've got a little strum on the D and G strings, and then an up strum on the full chord before 2 mutes down up. So little strum, up, mute, mute. And the whole riff slowly. And more up to speed. For the chorus, we've got a C over G chord. 3rd finger, 10th fret at the A, pinky finger, 10th fret at the D, 2nd finger, 9th fret at the G, 1st finger bar on the high E and B strings at the 8th fret. Strum down in 8th notes for 1 bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Move it down 2 frets to a B flat over F chord, exactly the same shape. Again down in 8th notes for 1 bar. We're then going to move to a D minor over A chord, 3rd finger, 7th fret at the D, pinky finger, 7th fret at the G, 2nd finger, 6th fret at the B, and 1st finger, 5th fret at the high E string, and this time for 2 full bars down in 8th notes. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So the C chord, B flat chord, and then the D minor over A chord. play that, we go to a C bar chord. We've got 3rd fret on the A string, 1st finger, and the 3rd finger bar on the 5th fret of the D, G and B strings, and again down in 8th notes for 2 bars. For the chorus ending, we're going to go down to a C shape, but we're going to move it up to 12, 11 and 10, and kind of flatten the fingers so that we mute all the strings in between the chord. We'll strum down in 8th notes, 1 and 2, and move down 1 fret, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then down 2 frets to 8, 7 and 6. Full bar there before we move to that C chord. Full bar there as well. So you have the 12th fret, 1 and 2 and down a fret, 8th fret, the C shape. On the last time through we play the same thing, 1 and 2 and down a fret. But when we go to 8, 7 and 6 we just stay here for 2 bars. So it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. At the same time we've got that little octave riff from the intro on the first guitar, and it's pretty much following the same thing. 1 and 2 and down a fret, 5 and 8, 9 and 12, 8 and 11, 7 and 10, 5 and 8. And the last time we do the same thing, but we just stay on 7 and 10. For the chords behind the solo, we have a C, going to a G sharp chord. So it's a C bar chord, 3rd fret of the A string, and then the 5th fret of the D, G and B. And we're going to strum 1 and 2 and then we kind of hear the open strings before going to a G sharp bar chord, but we're really only focusing on the low E, A, D and G strings of this. So 4, 6, 6 and 5. And it'll be 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, open 4.